Well, the NDA's manifesto for Bihar makes bold promises. It was released today, and these promises include 1 crore government jobs and also 1 crore Lakpati Didis, which means women earning 1 lakh annually through self-help groups. These pledges are designed to appeal to youth and women, 2 key voter blocks. And the manifesto also includes commitments to infrastructure development, skill training and expanding welfare schemes, clearly making industry, investment and employment the key priorities of the NDA, the ruling coalition. When it comes to jobs, remember Tejasvi Yadav's RJD has also pledged 1 government job per household. Remember, this is the India blocks, this is the Mahagathbandhan coming together for its Tejasvi Pran for Bihar. It's a promise that raises serious questions about feasibility given the state's limited employment capacity and also fiscal constraints. But remember, both sides are making these promises. Who really has the blueprint to make Bihar financially stronger? Remember, the state depends a lot on remittances and also central funds. Veera has the numbers too. Veera, what do you think?
Well, look, fiscal deficit is a huge concern for Bihar. It's been growing well past the 4% of GDP that's mandated by the Fiscal Management Act. So that's a real concern. But who cares about fiscal realities, Vasudha? At the moment, it's just a time to make promises to get votes. But how much does a manifesto really matter? Remember, the NDA trying to send a matter of optics with all of them, including the Chief Minister, posing to the cameras for a bit, and then Samraj Chaudhary, the Deputy CM, taking questions. Questions would be asked on why the Chief Minister didn't take questions. And that's a big question as far as the NDA is concerned. Of course, for the Congress and Tejasvi Yadav, several promises. The question of the financial viability of all of that will be questioned. This is an election, as most leaders say, which will be fought on the old lines. Manifesto is important for narrative, but how much of an impact it will make is a matter of question. Another big issue, Vasudha, today has also been that firing and the killing of a Jan Swaraj worker in the Mokama constituency, where you've got the Bahubali politicians, Anant Kumar Singh of the JDU, as well as Veena Devi, who's the wife of Suraj Ban Singh, contesting. So that's an intense exchange as well. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. We'll try and post some of those questions on the fiscal challenges tomorrow at that power play conclave.
That's right. Bahubalis are back in the battlefield of Bihar. We'll discuss that in just a bit. Thank you, Veera. Stay with us as we take you through the political reactions that have come in today.
सबसे पहले है हर युवा को नौकरी और रोजगार देना। 1 करोड़ से अधिक सरकारी नौकरी, रोजगार प्रदान करना, कौशल विकास करना और हर जिले में मेगा स्किल सेंटर से बिहार को ग्लोबल स्किलिंग सेंटर के माध्यम से के रूप में स्थापित करना।
किसानों को कैसे उनकी फसल का उचित लाभ मिले, इस पर विशेष ध्यान दिया गया है। जो उत्पाद करते हैं किसान, उत्पादन जिन चीज़ों का, उनका पैकेजिंग कैसे हो, प्रोसेसिंग कैसे हो, हर तरह से, ताकि उनको अधिक से अधिक मूल्य मिल पाए। नौजवानों को कैसे रोजगार मिले, इसके लिए कई जगह इंडस्ट्रियल जोन बनाने की बात हुई है। तो नौजवानों के रोजगार पर भी ध्यान है। महिलाओं का कैसे और सशक्तिकरण हो, इसके लिए भी इसमें बहुत सारी बातें कही गई है। कुल मिलाजुलाकर समाज के सभी वर्ग के लोगों के लिए इसमें हम सब लोगों ने संकल्प व्यक्त किया है, आगे हम पूरा करेंगे।
ये संकल्प पत्र अगले 5 साल का हमारा वो वादा है जो हम लोग बिहार को विकसित राज्य बनाने की दृष्टि के साथ लेकर चलना चाहते हैं, जिसमें समाज के हर वर्ग का जात पात धर्म मजहब से उठकर, जब हम लोग नौकरियों का जिक्र कर रहे हैं तो किसी पर्टिकुलर समुदाय या जाति को मिलेगी नहीं। 1 करोड़ नौकरियों का हम जिक्र कर रहे हैं। कैसे दीजिएगा भैया आप नौकरी? तो हर जिले में हम लोग उद्योग लगाएंगे, ये सोच है। तो हम लोगों ने पूरे रोड मैप के साथ इस विजन डॉक्यूमेंट को हम लोगों ने तैयार किया। लंबे समय से मैं खुद बिहारी फर्स्ट पे मैं काम कर रहा था, जहां उसकी भी झलक इसमें हम लोगों ने डाली है।
26 सेकंड के लिए आए थे नेता लोग, चले गए। फिर डिप्टी सीएम जो बीजेपी के, उन्होंने मैनिफेस्टो की फॉर्मेलिटी करी। इनका मैनिफेस्टो का मतलब है कि आप जो लिखा हुआ है इसके अंदर वादे करते हैं पब्लिक के साथ में हम निभाएंगे। अब आप बताइए, उसको इन्होंने बिना कमिटमेंट के इन्होंने जारी कर दिया। ये परंपरा होती है जो चुनाव पहले की, खाली परंपरा निभाने के लिए निभाई गई है। इनका इन वादों से कोई कमिटमेंट नहीं है। इतना बड़ा धोखा जनता को देना चाहते हैं ये लोग।
एनडीए को तो अपना रिपोर्ट कार्ड जारी करना चाहिए। मैनिफेस्टो जारी करने का क्या मतलब है? आपको अपना रिपोर्ट कार्ड जारी करना चाहिए, ये बताना चाहिए कि आपने 20 वर्ष में क्या किया और क्या नहीं किया। 20 वर्ष पहले जब आपकी सरकार बनी थी तब भी देश का सबसे गरीब और पिछड़ा राज्य बिहार था और आज भी देश का सबसे गरीब और पिछड़ा राज्य बिहार है। एनडीए को ये बताना चाहिए कि बिहार में पलायन क्यों नहीं रुका, बिहार में रोजगार अभी तक क्यों नहीं आया, फैक्ट्रियां क्यों नहीं लगी।
हम लोगों ने देखा कि मैनिफेस्टो जो है जारी जैसे किया गया वैसे ही ख़त्म भी हो गई, यानी 30 सेकंड के अंदर जो है इनकी घोषणा पत्र का जो कार्यक्रम था वो ख़त्म हो गया है। आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री जी को तो पता ही नहीं होगा कि उस घोषणा पत्र में क्या है, शायद उनको बोलने ना दिया जाए, इसलिए जो है जल्द से जल्द जो है ये ख़त्म कर लिया गया।
Well, joining us now is Ajit Jha, who's a consulting editor at NDTV. We have Mayank Molly, spokesperson of the BJP, and we also have Jayant Jigyasu, national spokesperson of the RJD. Before I go to the political spokespersons, first of all, thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Mr. Jha, we've been reading you and you've been writing so intently on what's happening in Bihar. Help us understand now that the Mahagathbandhan and NDA both have released their manifestos. I was looking at the manifestos in 2020, it was 20 lakh jobs and perhaps a little more, but now it's 1 crore jobs. Does Bihar have the capability to generate that kind of jobs? And fiscal prudence aside, what do you think of the NDA's manifesto? Is it a sign that the party, that the alliance is more confident?
Well, let me put it this way. The NDA has come up with their manifesto today, and it looks like as if it's in response to the Mahagathbandhan's main manifesto in terms of the 1 crore job that the NDA is promising is opposed to directly Tejaswi Yadav's idea of one government job for each household. That kind of works to almost 1.3 crore. So it's 1.3 crore pledge by Tejaswi Yadav versus 1 crore by Nitish Kumar. So, but additionally, what the NDA manifesto promises, and that is, I think, very significant and much beyond what Tejaswi Yadav promised, is this 1 crore lakpatis. In this case, they're talking about women, right? The Jivika Didis. That is something that Tejaswi Yadav did promise 30,000 rupees, but I think the promise is not the same as that by Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar is already known for about 24 initiatives for women in the last 20 years, plus the prohibition policy. In the past, I have pointed out that Nitish Kumar enjoys almost a 32% gender gap advantage over Tejaswi Yadav. And now on top of that, 1 crore Lakpati Didis, I think this is going to, in a way, take over the advantage that Tejaswi had in terms of this promise of 1 crore jobs. Now, the important question that you asked, can Bihar afford it? Look, the answer is yes. If they continue to have what right now Bihar has, which is 14% economic growth.
Right.
State GDP is 14%, second highest in the country. If that happens for the next 5 years, that will mean more than doubling the entire economy.
Right.
Once you do that, you are in a position, and plus given the fact that if the NDA wins, the help from the center will continue the same way as this year.
Right.
Then in that case, it is perhaps possible, but maybe a better plan would have been a public-private partnership when it came to these amount of jobs, like 1 crore.
That's very important. Mayank Molly, there is a lot of criticism even from the BJP leaders when it comes to these welfare promises. But yes, the BJP also does it in every state. How do you look at today's manifesto? Because you've been criticizing the RJD, the Mahagathbandhan, of being in some ways delusional about the promises that they make. How realistic are your promises?
See, let me begin by saying this NDA resolution document for Bihar is not just a manifesto, it's a mission. It's a roadmap to transform Bihar into a Viksit Raj, a development, a self-reliant and an empowered state. Unlike other who releases a list of empty promises, the NDA's commitment are rooted in performance and backed by the data and powered by the delivery. Mr. Jha rightly said that we are the highest GDP gainer state as for like 14%, and the jobs opportunities are creating. And let me remind you that from past 1.5 financial year, we have got investment of around 3 lakhs crores in Bihar, and many MOU have been signed by the MNCs, and moreover like 2 lakhs crore of like the yojnas are on ground. So like we are companies coming, we have company coming like Zara, like Van Heusen, like PepsiCo, like Adani Power. So the Bihar is like glittering. Bihar is on a verge of takeoff. We rightly say that because under the able leadership of Mr. Nitish
my
Kumar.
BJP friends are telling me that this is a futuristic manifesto. You've been in power for a long time, sir. A lot of this could have been done earlier, isn't it? But before I come to you, let me also ask...
Ma'am, this is our report card, which Prashant Kishore was pointing to us. This is our report card. I think he must have not gone through this. So if you allow me, I'll read out some pointers.
Okay, let me first take one comment from Dr. Jayant Jigyasu. Dr. Jigyasu, the fact is there will be dependence that Bihar will have on central assistance. At least for very practical purposes, there could be a lot of people who could think that there is double engine sarkar, the center is aligned with the state. It's better to vote for a government that's aligned with the center because Bihar also needs money, it's debt ridden. Don't you think that is going to go against you? And something that Mr. Jha pointed out, the fact that this manifesto also talks a great deal about women welfare, is it also in some ways diluting your promises?
No, we are happy that we became successful to bring this NDA government to play on our pitch, contrary to their terminal politics and the politics of rhetoric. And Narendra Modi is the Salman Khan of Indian politics. So we can't expect the role of Dilip Kumar from him. And he has never displayed the expected seriousness to fulfill his promises. What happened with his promise of 2 crore jobs every year? He has betrayed the youth of Bihar. He has betrayed the women of Bihar. He has betrayed the farmers of Bihar. And nothing could be delivered in this 1 decade of jobless growth. So what Tejaswi Yadav ji or our India bloc has promised is attainable. And we have delivered whatever we promised in the manifesto of 2020.
Right.
In very short stint of 17 months as the Deputy Chief Minister. We promoted 76,000 government employees. We gave the status of a state employee to 4.5 lakh contractual teachers. We appointed almost 3 lakh teachers, and there was not a single.
Okay, Mr. Mawli, how would you respond to that? The RJD spokesperson is saying that you need to learn from this 17 months of governance, and that you're playing on their pitch now.
Government job to every family of Bihar, and we are going to implement old pension scheme. And our women,
a lot on the table there. Mayank Mawli, how would you respond to
this?
Centuries.
Naming
they deserve to get
30,000. Who is Tejaswi Yadav?
Per month.
Sri 420. Who is Tejaswi Yadav, sir? Sri 420 because he is convicted.
You should ask Mr. Narendra Modi. You should ask Mr. Amit Shah.
You are saying this.
Who call his promises Jumla after the elections. And JP Nadda, please listen to me. JP Nadda shamelessly lied in the House that 157 medical colleges have been established in Bihar.
His whole family is out.
The people of Bihar are searching for those medical colleges.
Mayank Mawli, respond to that. Mr. Jigyasu, let the BJP spokesperson respond now. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, the whole family is out on bail. Even the mummy ji, papa ji, didi ji, jija ji, everybody. In fact, his national president, Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav, is a certified chara chor and a convicted who is like under trial for several other cases.
For being called as Paripar?
You just cannot find another political family in a whole country where
who has been the stalker in this state.
Please don't interrupt.
Mr. Jha, how would you look at this battle for... Okay, एक minute, let me just talk to Mr. Jha. Mr. Jha, how do you look at this battle for Bihar? Because this is not just a battle of narratives, but also the battle of who has the bigger baggage. Is it Nitish Kumar's anti-incumbency versus RJD's Jungle Raj? And who do you think in that case has the edge?
Clearly, Nitish Kumar has the edge because, number one, look at the continuity, right? There is a rare, in the whole history of Bihar, no chief minister has been CM for 20 years. Continuity helps because, there is, in terms of economic policy, you know exactly how to plan. So that way there is an enormous advantage. Number two, the number of schemes that Nitish Kumar has done in terms of women. 20 years ago in Bihar, roads were pathetic. Roads are marvelous today all over Bihar. Water has reached every home. Electricity has reached every home. Of course, the glass is half empty. For example, educational institutions have been added, but quality educational institutions have not really started in Bihar. For example, this point that Prashant Kishore always makes, if I become the chief minister, I promise one Netarhat in every district of Bihar. I think that is a great pitch. Netarhat is supposed to be a top school in the entire united Bihar and Jharkhand. So those kind of promises are very important. For example, public health again, hospitals, PMCH has increased in terms of buildings. There are new hospitals that have come up, one in Pawapuri, where I went with Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. But again, are they quality hospitals? Except for private hospitals, right. The government hospitals are still languishing. So yes, of course, but one question for both our speaker, and that is, why didn't either of the side, NDA and Mahagathbandhan, also promise increase of private jobs in Bihar? The youngsters these days, they want private jobs. All over the world, they are looking for private jobs because they are better paid, they are IT sector. So why not that rather than just government jobs?
Okay, that's a very important question. Dr. Jigyasu, how would you answer that? Because I agree with Mr. Jha that creating IT parks is not enough. You also have to get the private sector in the state. How are you planning to do that?
We are in favor of strengthening the very idea of welfare state. And only it could be possible because of welfare state that the Gandhi's last man can get some ray of hope. And this is the era of vulgar sort of privatization. And Mr. Vajpayee came up with the idea of disinvestment, and he created a ministry led by Mr. Arun Shourie. And the property of this country was sold at very cheap price. And this is the fact that 16 lakh crore loan of industrialist class was wiped off, and farmers are committing suicide. Please think of the state of Bihar, where Mr. Lalu Prasad and Rabri Devi ji founded 7 universities.
Government does not have the capability. I agree with you, but
our UPA government
will not have the
because of which
to give jobs to every youngster. You also will have to give
at a large scale, and 21,000 kilometer roads have been made by Tejaswi Yadav ji, who was the Minister of Rural Development Department, and 700 doctors were not only suspended, but they were discharged because they
Mr. Jha, you wanted to
regularly in
Dr. Jayant,
so we are in favor
one question. Dr. Jayant, one question to you.
Government system.
Dr. Jayant, 1 minute. When you say that this number of thousands of kilometers of roads were made by Tejaswi Yadav, after all, Tejaswi Yadav was part of the ministry led by Nitish Kumar, and it's collective responsibility. In fact, the chief minister in a so-called cabinet form of government is actually a good dictator. So if Nitish didn't want, Tejaswi Yadav couldn't have constructed those roads. Don't you agree?
Mr. Jha, please allow me to say merely one sentence. Yes. Chief Minister or the Prime Minister is first among the equals.
That's right.
And you must be aware of the fact that Sardar Patel, Morarji Desai, Chaudhary Charan Singh, Tau Devi Lal, and Mr. Advani were Deputy Prime Minister of this country. So, did they enjoy any kind of power or not?
I just have 2 minutes left now.
Tejaswi Yadav is not merely
how would you respond to that question that Mr. Jha has asked?
Led by Nitish Kumar.
Why is there no insistence on private jobs? Because everybody has to understand
exactly. I was
a participant in the government.
Let me read.
Tejaswi's agenda.
Mr. Mayank,
we will give
Please stop him.
10 lakh
yes, let the BJP spokesperson respond.
See,
was making fun
in
of
the next
Tejaswi ji.
phase of Bihar,
From where he
the
Okay, let the
NDA has.
BJP spokesperson respond.
Why
Is
are
it
you
possible?
disturbing, yaar? In the next phase of Bihar's
I am
growth,
not
the
disturbing.
NDA has.
You are telling lies and lies and
Okay,
lies.
Dr. Jigyasu, you'll have to let the other person
35
respond.
section
You've had your
420 के
time.
लोग बोलेंगे अब.
Mayank, हाँ बोलिए.
Yes, in the next phase of Bihar's growth, the NDA has pledged to create 1 crore of government job, as well as we are planning to have every district will have its own mega skill park. We are building 100 MSME parks supporting over 50,000 small industries, empowering local entrepreneurship to drive economy. And yes, we are going to beyond traditional industries like defense corridor and semiconductor manufacturing parks, making Bihar the part of high-tech future. So we are not just depending upon the FMCG or IT park or something else. Just we have planned something else, and we are going to
You've planned something else. Let me go to Mr. Jha.
No,
Mr.
we
Jha,
are
a lot of
going
rhetoric
futuristic.
around jobs. How do you look at Bihar actually succeeding in ensuring job creation that goes beyond government employment, something that you pointed out, which is very important?
See, one is the compulsion. The median age of Bihar is 22. The rest of the country is 28. In other words, half of Bihar's population is under the age of 40. And therefore, jobs have become the real agenda of Mr. Tejaswi Yadav, of Prashant Kishore, and now also of NDA. Now, the problem is, can Bihar, which has capital shortage, which basically runs on central doles, can it afford to create that kind of jobs that everyone seems to be promising, 1 crore versus 1.3 crore? I think it's not possible. And therefore, what is required is capital investment from abroad, from outside. There is a very large Bihari diaspora. They could be brought. Then there are many other industrialists who have, for example, invested heavily in Uttar Pradesh. Gujarat is a standard example, but Uttar Pradesh, for example,
Yes.
the defense industries, there has been massive investment. Those kind of investments are now required in Bihar, especially in agro-processing industry, because Bihar
Right.
is largely agrarian.
Right.
Remember, before 2000, when Jharkhand and Bihar were one state, Bihar was a great economic powerhouse and
Right.
industrial powerhouse. You need to recreate that picture, and that is very important.
Absolutely.
The vision of Bihar before the year 2000.
Right. So capital investment, private investment also needs to come to Bihar. For that, Bihar needs to become attractive for private investors. Thank you, Mr. Jha. Thank you both of you for joining me on this broadcast. Bihar stands at crossroads today between short-term electoral gains and long-term planning. What is important? People will decide that. Whether its leaders can move beyond vote bank politics and build a resilient economy remains a priority for at least the people of Bihar, and we'll keep tracking that for you. On the other side of this break is my colleague Veeru Raghav's journey in Bihar, from his chats with youngsters, women voters, to his chats with candidates in the political field. Do stay tuned.